Alrighty, what is up, everybody? I'm here, back with some more Spyro fucking, freaking gaming. I don't want to get this video demonetized. Welcome, everybody, who's watching the VOD after the fact. Type a letter, why not, like a letter F followed by a heart. An F heart in the comments, because just an F by itself is like, kind of like, it's like saying RIP or something, you know, in gaming. So let me get an F heart down below. I see some hearts right there by Bex. Welcome. Hope you're doing well today. It's great to see you. Number one slog. I'm feeling good. I just got a... Oh, yay. I just got a sub from Obungus. Thank you for the prime, Obungus. I had a very slow morning. In typical me fashion, I slept in till very, very late. I'm going to quit game and then restart with... so I can get the Nestor skip practice in. I think I'm going to start every day with a little bit of Nestor skip practice here at the start. And then we'll get into some ILs. Hey, there's my mom right there. Hey, Mom. How are you doing? That's my actual mom in the chat. Hi, Mom. Hope you're doing well. What's up, Antiki and Pablo and Power Man? Welcome, welcome. Gamer House with the tier 1. Good morning to you. Yeah, it's a nice morning so far for me. I mean, it still feels all... I'm looking white as hell in the camera, but I think it's just the light coming in like that. Blame the white balance of the camera for me looking like a vampire right now, but you know, that's what Spyro does to a man. You know, like, oh. But hey, you know, I see my mom in the chat there. Before you go, I just want to say, cheers. I got my cup of Folgers here. Mom raised me on this stuff, and now I'm fully addicted. I put down one of those small pots like every day. So my last few sips of microwaved Folgers here. Cheers, my fellow coffee chuggers in the chat. And I see some of the YouTube chats coming in now. What's up, Mr. Dan, Pride, Vanessa, Wassum? Good to see you guys, Tata. And Venu, of course. Love seeing you in the comments. What's up, Jordan? Titties, thank you for sharing. Ash, thank you for the good lucks. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Hope things video game-wise are going well. Ash, I haven't really been tuning into people's streams lately, but hopefully you're coming back to the grind. So I'm assuming you're going to be coming back to the Spyro 1 any% grind at some point in the near future. So good lucks to you if that's the case. Cheers. We'll see just how far between myself, Ash, and Laura. We'll see just how far down this. We'll see if the 36 is real, I guess, between us. I was kind of bemusing about this the other day. Make that save state first real quick while I'm thinking about it. Save state settings. Let's use the start button. Okay. And then let's center behind Spyro again, and then let's save state. Okay, good. So now I'll be respawning and then save stating from the actual game start. Well, actually, technically not. I have to do it. I have to quit and restart so that way the dragon shake is on like a better cycle. So I gotta pause right when the adventure begins. And then that's gonna be like the best Nestor skip practice I could be doing. I don't know if you practice it some other way, Ash. You know, if you want to give insight on that, feel free. You're gonna get back to it soon. Been having fun just doing casual runs with a timer with Rack 3 and Borderlands 2. That's dope. Yeah, I noticed. I did see some sort of casual blind speedrunning. You know, you get. I love that. I mean, obviously. That's a big part of what makes speedrunning fun, is doing shit like that. Okay, pause, unpause. Now we should be good. Yeah, okay. So now when I load, and then load this, and then do this, yeah, that'll force the dragon to shake. Okay. And I'm in the correct position, because just respawning, this is the funny thing about this trick, is just respawning like this, as if you die, that is a different position than this, which is when the adventure begins, quote unquote. So that affects the Nestor skip setup, as it turns out. So I gotta reload, save load state, and then do that to practice. You never tried practice? Really? Yeah, I could have sworn you did Nestor skip and runs, though. Well, you just fucking YOLO it? I know you've gotten runs with Nestor skip. I refuse to believe that you have not practiced this at all. Unless you mean like you initially learned it and then like don't really practice it much. I could understand that. Well, I guess you and I are one and the same, Ash, that we fucking we do everything we can to stay away from practicing this shit. It is pretty mind-numbing. Definitely. It's like kind of insightful to see kind of what players like really embraced Nestor Skip and really went for it when it first like was kind of breaking out. Like Laura was like super big on Nestor Skip when it was first coming out, and I know Saboom did a lot of Saboom clearly did a lot of offline practice. Adam as well. Now a lot of that has sort of died down, and it's like, all right, whoever's doing it is doing it, and whoever's not is not. You fluked it every once in a while, yeah. And, you know, that's how this trick is. That approach doesn't, you know, doesn't offend me, doesn't surprise me. Is this a mod for Spyro Speedrunners? Yes, it is, Kraken. You just type !practice codes, all as one word in my chat, and it'll link you to a Discord if you want to set this up yourself. Basically, I just use a burned disk with a hacked version of the game on PS2, basically. What's up, Tata? Do I have any tips for a new streamer? Streamer? Yeah, just this is gonna sound super boring and basic, but just have fun. Just don't be worried about people watching you, because they won't. You know, you'll have like maybe a couple viewers. You might get 1 or 2 people chatting in your stream for the first however many months of streaming. Don't compare yourself to me. Don't think it's gonna be anything like my stream, or just in general, don't compare yourself to anyone. Even though we're all basically doing the same thing here. That's something I'm still trying to get over. This could work. Hold on. Was that it? No, my God, fuck you. That had to have been like a frame away from working, dude. Ah. All right, well, that was a close one. We'll count that. We'll count that as a good attempt there. That was ass. I had a couple like that yesterday. That had to have been like a frame away from working. This one won't work, I think. Maybe? No, I don't think it will. Yeah. Oh, it did. Yeah, it did. Nice. Sweet. I didn't think that was going to work. Because if I touch... Yeah. Yeah, that actually did work. That's cool. Sweet. We actually got it. Nice. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Getting better. See what happens when we just practice a little bit. Get a little better every day. This won't work. I'm too perfectly... This is the thing about this trick, is you can like land too perfectly on top of them. It's so stupid. That's why this setup is as wonky as it is. Like, it's one thing to just land on top of them like that consistently. It's another thing to like imperfectly land on top of them. Also, I'm not conserving like momentum here. I'm not sure if you're really meant to. I don't think you really are. It's really all in the late charge glide, or in the slow charge glide. See, these are too slow, these charge glides, because I'm bouncing too hard. Oop. How consistent are some people at this trick? I think like Days is probably the most consistent person at this trick. He has a video of getting it like what, like 3, 4, 5 times in a row from like on a vanilla console, quitting game and restarting every time. So he's probably the most consistent at this trick, and he was the guy who found it and has labbed it the most, so. I'm guessing he's like somewhere between 30 and 50% consistent. I think that's a fair estimation. I think in a best case scenario, you're like half consistent with this. Yeah, Chris is really good at it. Everybody's really good at it. Chris, you know, Laura. I'm gonna move on to other stuff right now. I don't feel like grinding this out too crazy. I'll try it one more time on the Adventure Begins. Might as well get the hang of that. Try it one more time, and then we'll go actually do some IL practice. Yeah, skip doing Nestor skip, yeah. That's what I've implemented.
Okay, rolling. Oh, it's been peaceful.
So yeah, plenty of people are pretty good at it. I don't think anybody is more than 50% consistent at it, if I were to guess. Maybe Days himself would be like, oh, I'm like 60%, maybe. Okay, that's too perfect on top. You might knock me out. That's why the dragon shake is so important, by the way. Because that when you're in a position like that, not as stuck as that, but like just barely like you would be stuck, that dragon shake is what kind of gives you that little extra tiny knock off. That's why the shake is so important. So yeah, I don't know, dude. Definitely there's definitely a handful of people out there that are pretty reasonably consistent at it. At least enough to like do it in runs, you know? I'm not quite there with it yet, but you know, no matter how you slice it, it's a fucking YOLO. Anyways, let's go to, let's do some other levels here. What's up, Allie? Good to see you. Thanks for the good luck. Hope you have a nice break with your boyfriend and all that. What's up, Gliv Glove? New stream, new gift. Yes, dude. A lot of gifts lately. I mean, I have been putting down some pretty nice runs lately, so big shout outs to everyone who's been rewarding my efforts with gifts. To get you guys up to speed, actually, in case you guys haven't been watching the last few days, let's go Wizard. No, let's go Blowhard. Let's do some Blowhard. To get you guys up to speed, day before yesterday, I got a new PB, which was 37:18, 3 seconds behind world record, and 1 second ahead of Laura. So securing a new second place, best time. And yesterday, I almost beat that by a second, but instead I actually was a second behind because my Nasty's world was a little slow. Actually, my Nasty's world was pretty fast in PB, so I gotta be aware of that however many seconds ahead I am going into Rat Proxy, that it's like, okay, hold on. If we don't hit the early hit on Nasty, like really nice, like we're probably losing a second or two, you know? Which is basically what happened on my run yesterday. There's like an early hit you can do on Nasty during his like little obstacle course thing that I fucked up. And that basically cost me the tie PB essentially. But I still got a 37:19. My only two runs that have been 37:1x were back to back yesterday and day before, so pretty hype. Volent, speaking of gifts, thank you so much, Volent, for the 5 gifts. Really appreciate that. And Chocobo with the 1 month gift as well, the tier 1. Or pardon me, the Anonymous, thank you for the gift to Chocobo. But yeah, guys, you know, big thank yous to everyone supporting lately. It feels, I gotta be honest, it feels really nice to be rewarded for actually doing well in this game and, you know, having a good attitude and all that along the way. I mean, I watched back my PB and honestly, I found the run, call me full of myself or whatever, but I found the run to be pretty entertaining. You know, a lot of funny banter, a lot of really good, like, focused gameplay, like, just a really nice mix of those, nice balance. So yeah, I'm glad you guys are, you know, supportive of that. That's what I aim to be. It's definitely a thing where sometimes you'll be, you know, sometimes you'll get a really good run, but it'll be like at the end of like a really shitty day or something, and so you're just like really quiet the whole time. And not that there's anything wrong with being quiet, but you could feel like the saltiness sometimes on like PB VODs, like, oh, fuck this, whatever, fuck you. Oh, it's world record, I guess. Who cares? You know, you see those, like, you see that kind of vibe, that kind of energy a lot. Ah, fuck this run. This run sucks, but I guess it's world record, so thanks, guys. Who fucking whatever, you know? So I'm glad I'm not being like a salty bitch on my good runs. I think I'm like appreciating the runs for what they are, you know? Yesterday was tough because it was like, it looked like it was gonna PB right at the end with the first try rat and everything, and then it barely didn't PB, so that one definitely stung. But I think I still kept it respectable. Yeah, I do like these new PB splits that I'm running against. They're definitely a lot more evenly... The time loss is a lot more evenly spread across the run. It's not like just one level I get like all the time loss back. Some levels have a little bit more time saved than others, but it's more spread, better spread, cream cheese style, you know? This should be the super cycle. Oh, and then see, that's the thing with the I had it every time, dude. I swear to God, that happens more times than it doesn't. Where I'm like, I'm okay. I know this is gonna be the super duper cycle, like, and then I just get just a bit too hasty with it. just a bit too hasty, and so I end up fucking it more often than I actually get it when I have the cycle in my favor. It's just that hastiness that I have to control, and that's something you learn to control all throughout this game. That's something I need to really focus on there, is not being too hasty when I know I'm on the juicy juice. Not gonna make it. It almost made it. It was my jump down to this area was suboptimal. It would have made the super cycle otherwise. This is a really great level to warm up. It gets you definitely in the headspace of like micro optimization movement stuff. Oh, the invisible ceiling from the enemy. Enemy body blocked my jump. That happens sometimes there. Really stupid. Ooh. Good, good. Really great example of not rushing there. See, I was actually ahead of cycle there. When this platform, I'm like really learning a lot about this, because when this platform is descending as you're about to like jump on it, no, do not charge it. Do not charge out of the air. When you know you're that far ahead, you just empty hop it. Just empty hop it. That's it. Don't be a hero. Don't be in a rush. It's such good training for that. Such good training of like be micro optimal with the movement, but do not be in a fucking rush. Really great level to get in that headspace. That's what this game is all about, everybody. Micro optimize every movement, but don't be in a rush. Those two headspaces are at odds very often, so a level like this really trains you to have that balance. Just this first half of the level, I mean, where you're like chasing a really tight cycle. Yeah, see what happened? I fucking charged on it, and I regret it. Super cycle is a setting on your washing machine. Yo, Anonymous, thank you for the gift to Ash. Appreciate it. I have a command for the Spyro Discord. Yeah, I think it's exclamation point Spyro Speedrun Discord, or maybe exclamation point Speedrun Discord, or exclamation point Speedrunning Discord. Just try a few of those. Or maybe exclamation point Spyro Discord. That might be it as well. Try any of those. You can also find it by going on speedrun.com/Spyro1, or just looking at any of the Spyro games on speedrun.com. There's a little Discord icon at the top of those leaderboards that you can just click on with a permanent invite. But be aware, you do have to make... It's one of those Discords where you have to make an introduction before you can, like, talk in it. So, like, make it clear that you're interested in, like, learning, like, Spyro speedrunning before going in there. There we go. Speedrunning Discord. That's the one. Bex knows. Bex is the queen of commands. But yeah, thanks for the good luck on runs today, Elaine. And Katuli, what up? What's up, Claudia? I see you up there. Hey, Lozzie. Hope you're enjoying the the fresh thumbnail off the press for stream today. Love them. Thank you for making those. I was fresh out of emotes, or fresh out of pardon me, of thumbnails. Okay, I know this one won't work. What's up, Winter Shrub? Let's just keep moving here. Am I gonna try Indigo? I don't know what that is. Pizza Lover. Yeah, we got the Queen of the Commands, Bex, and then Queen of the Thumbnails and Emotes, Lozzie. What would I do without these two fabulous women? Single-handedly keeping my community propped up. Okay, but let's do some Misty, and then a little Jock maybe. Or no, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna fuck off in Misty for a sec. I'm actually going to fuck right out of here and practice the out of bounds and metalhead because I need to do that. I've been struggling. I don't want to say I've been struggling with that, but I've definitely been like, you know, coin flip about it. I want to be like more than halfway consistent with this. Oops. Try again. When are spinners coming to YouTube? When YouTube enables animated emotes, I will instantly add the spinners. But right now, it's like it's a YouTube platform problem, not a me problem. No, believe me, I would love to have a spinning Spyro on the... that's like the #1 thing YouTube is missing right now, emote-wise. I think the word thumbnail is because like it's meant to be small. Like when you look at it on a screen or as like an icon next to a title, it's so small that it's about the size of your thumbnail. Like it's meant to be looked at small. That's why it's called a thumbnail. I think. I don't know. There might be. I don't know why. Maybe there might be a different reason it's called that. Nope. Classic. The classic. Get the trick and then just die. That was a lucky one. Yeah, bring the shaky gulp in. Yeah, I mean, YouTube needs animated emotes, like, badly. Shit, I'm, like, hitting all these pretty nice. Usually when I practice and I'm getting, like, a trick pretty consistent, then in runs, I'm, like... I, like, psych myself out that it's like, oh, wait, I think I'm consistent with this, so it's all good, and then I fuck up. It's kind of like that when I practice Mama Proxy as well. What's up, Clueless? Why do I play the PS1 version, not the PS4 version of this game? Oh, hold on. Let me answer your first thing that you said about, what was it, Indigo something? Indigo Park? You said it's a game where you're in first person and you travel around a rundown. Hey, all right. Yeah, I hope you enjoy that game. I don't plan on ever playing that or caring about it, but thank you for watching, and I appreciate that. Hope you have fun with it. And then the other thing you asked was, why play the PS1 version and not the PS4 version? The PS4 version... of this game, I think you're asking about Reignited, the remake. Reignited trilogy. That's just an entirely different game. It's nothing like this game. It's just, think of it as like, it's just a different game. That's why I don't play it. I prefer the originals. I like the mechanics and the aesthetics and the speed running aspects of the originals. I pretty much like everything about the originals more than Reignited, to be completely honest with you. So yeah, it's just a different game. Not to talk shit on it or anything. Like, you know, there are definitely cool speedruns of Reignited, but yeah, don't make any false comparisons there. They're just different games. You know, I wish I'll say this as like a thought about Reignited is I wish that wasn't the case. I wish that Reignited was like the definitive version of the original trilogy. It doesn't surprise me that it's not. I wish there was like when you look at like other remakes like Halo Master Chief Collection, for example, they have the updated graphics, but it's still in the original engine, just like, you know, at a higher frame rate. And then you can like press the shoulder buttons and it like switches between old and new graphics. So in that way, like Master Chief Collection is like the definitive version of the original Halo games. I wish that was the case with Reignited Trilogy in this game. Unfortunately, it's not. It's just a completely different game. And that's fine. Kind of like how Final Fantasy VII Remake is just like, it's just its own whole separate game from the original. It's not a replacement for the original. So yeah, some remakes be like that and some remakes don't. That's just the way the cookie shits. You've been watching the SRT VODs? Yeah, I definitely have some funny, like, casual playthroughs of that. Of all 3 games. Chugging beers and talking shit. Alright, I think I'm doing pretty good here. Let's head over to, let's just do a couple Mama Proxies since I'm working tricks out. See how I'm doing with that. And then we'll do a rat, and then we'll do a run. I'm feeling good, though. The next trifecta run is just on an indefinite hiatus. I was like really on a trifecta kick like earlier this year. And I just, you know, I'd kind of burnt myself out with Spyro 3. I got to a point where I was like studying Bonnie's Spyro 3 record, 117%. I was trying to really methodically go through the whole run and like improve things and whatever. And as I was doing that, I was like, I just kind of came to this conclusion. I was like, I don't like speedrunning this game. Like, you know, like not like how I enjoy like Spyro 1 or even as an alternative like Spyro 2. Like, I think a lot of Spyro speedrunners can agree. Oh, I'm in the wrong level. I think a lot of Spyro... I just realized. I said, I guess let's work on the jump while we're here. I think a lot of original trilogy Spyro speedrunners, especially ones that do the completion categories, will agree that it's like Spyro 1 and 2 are kind of in a league of their own compared to Spyro 3. Spyro 3 is like a pretty frustrating 117% run compared to 100%, 120% in Spyro 2 and 1 respectively. So I was starting to really feel, especially after doing like a multi-month long like learning Spyro 3 and getting my PB into like the high 310s, like a 319 or something. Like, I feel like I put in my hours in that game, and I have a really good sense of what that run feels like now. And it's not like the worst speed run ever or anything. It's just not really... I kind of just had this revelation as I was going back through it and trying to really get to a higher level with it, where I was like, this isn't the thing I want to get to a higher level in. I'd rather be grinding for this any percent record or trying to get a sub 140 in Spyro 2 Hundo. So that kind of revelation to me kind of made me go like, all right, you know, I'm going to put Trifecta on the back burner for now. So yeah, I'm not saying I won't come back to it. It's just not something. It's just not really something I'm. It's just not. It's on an indefinite hiatus at the moment. I am happy with the fact that I did learn Spyro 2 and 3, the 100% categories, and did Trifecta and got a sub 7 in that. Like that, I am really proud of myself for that, for taking the many months it took to actually achieve that goal. Like I think I did what I set out to do in that regard. So now it's just a question of like, do I want to like really grind it out to a higher level? And right now it's just, the answer is just nah, not right now. But in the future, maybe. Okay, let's head over to Clifftown. That's where I meant to go earlier. Yeah, it's not never Spyro 3 again on my stream. And that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying just right now it's an indefinite hiatus. I'll probably come back to Spyro 3 117% eventually. Once I really, you know, grind out like this game and then maybe some Spyro 2 over the course of several months, and I want a change of pace, I mean, that's probably when I'll play Spyro 3. But that's not happening anytime soon. Nice mama. My mamas have been crazy consistent lately. I'm probably going to regret saying that. The universe is certainly going to punish me for those words. Yeah, I got like, what was it? Like I had 4, every run yesterday that reached Mama got the proxy. It was like 4 or 5 Mamas in a row. See, that's not going to work. Maybe that would have, I don't know. If I do a subathon. Yeah, speaking of subathons, I do, just so you guys are aware about subathons, I do a yearly subathon. I don't like to do a lot of subathons because I feel like if I were to do like, let's say like a subathon every month or every couple months, like maybe every couple months I could do that. But I like having it be like a once a year thing because first of all, you guys know me. I'm not like a marathon streamer. I really make a point of not over grinding, you know. I like to be a daily streamer, daily grinder, and that means that I don't usually go past the 3 or 4 hour mark with my speedrun grind. So I'm very like, that's sort of like on the antithesis to a subathon, which is like, all right, let's do 12 hours, let's do 24 hour streams. So first of all, subathons aren't really like super my style, but you know, as a once in a blue moon event, like once a year, especially around tax season, subathons are really good for me because, you know, they help recuperate all of the thousands of dollars I lose in taxes. And they're a fun, like kind of stepping out of my comfort zone type of thing. But yeah, I'm definitely not keen on doing like another subathon this year or anything. I could. I mean, I like, it's not like I couldn't do that. It's just, I'd rather just focus on the grind and maybe focus on videos and stuff like that. Just keep doing my thing, you know? Right now, I feel like my purpose is really strong in Spyro speedrunning. This is something I've been kind of coming to grips with like a lot since getting my 120 and 120%. Is that it's like I've been constantly like thinking about my purpose in speedrunning. I think every speedrunner who really cares a lot about the hobby does that. They're thinking about like, God, do I really want to play this game this much? You know, naturally, you know, I'm fucking playing this shit for hours every day, right? It's like, is this really the category for me? Is this really like the thing I want to be putting this much time into? Like, am I sure I don't want to like maybe just learn something new or try something else? And I can confidently say right now that my purpose in just right now with grinding for this new PB, near world record in any percent, has given me more purpose, as well as me just enjoying this category more than I ever have before. I feel that sense of purpose so much stronger than I was feeling like after I was done with my 120 grind and was kind of dipping my toes in the Spyro 2 and 3 and Trifecta. The purpose felt more nebulous back then. It didn't really feel like my calling in the same way that grinding this feels like my calling. You know? It's rare that you find that in life. I mean, I feel like a lot of us search for that. Like, what is our fucking calling in life, you know? And there's definitely degrees of that feeling in speedrunning depending on what you're playing and whether you really, you know... Only you can answer that. Like, is this shit your calling or not? You know, is this shit really something that you enjoy putting a lot of time into, or you feel like you're wasting your time? You know. So yeah, so I definitely, you know, with the reason I mention all that is because like I feel more happy doing this right now than I have in a long time during my Spyro 2 and 3 grinds. Those were fun too, but. You know, I just feel really fulfilled in this grind right now. And then once I, you know, get to where I want to in this category, maybe over the next month or two or a couple months, who knows how long, then I'll switch over to Spyro 2 and try to get going with that some more and try to get that sub 140. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe by then, who knows? Maybe I'll want to come back to 120% by then. So, you know, there's a lot of just like cascading paths I can go down, different roads. And I just have like a rough like idea of that right now. It's not really to say that anything's set in stone. I don't think you want to have shit so set in stone like that when you're thinking about, okay, I'm gonna do this, then in a month I'm gonna do this, then in a month I'm gonna do this. It's like, it's not really my style. Dude, I am fucking killing it with like the mama proxies and the out of bounces and stuff. I don't know if I just like unlocked something with this. Yeah, time for some rat, I think, before I lose all my mama karma here. Yeah, there we go. There goes my mama karma. Here, let's head over to the rat. I think I'm good with that. Rat's proxy. I don't want to get this idea in my head like, okay, I'm going to expect to get mama proxy. I'm going to expect to get that, like, I don't want to develop like any false sense of security just because I get a few tricks like in a row, you know? Like, look at that. Okay, dude, first try, let's do a run. Like, no. Let's like just do it a couple times. And if I fuck it up, like one thing I fuck up, like fallacy wise, is like, I feel like I have to end on a successful attempt. But it's like, with the nature of these tricks, like, you know, you are going to, no matter how consistent you are going to have unsuccessful attempts. So I have to remind myself that, especially as I'm doing like them really well in practice, it could be that I'm just not getting them all at all in runs, and I have to be ready for that. I don't want to be like extra pissed because I was getting them in practice and not in runs. Do you see where the disconnect comes in? That happens a lot, by the way. It's like, okay, I did this great in practice, but now in the run, I can't do it. What's wrong with me? It's like that makes you more upset that you were doing it good in practice, you know, versus if you just hadn't practiced at all. But that's not good. These are really good, just execution-wise, these are really good rats. I'm liking them. I'm just feeling generally good about the execution of stuff. Unlucky proxies, but whatever. Did you miss blowhard practice? Yes, you did. Don't worry, I'll be doing plenty of blowing hard on my runs today. Okay, I think we got the idea. Let's do a run. I'm ready for a run. Get all my stuff over here, all my mouse and everything. Make sure my splits work. Yes. Alrighty. Am I going on a jog? Yeah. Let's go on a jog right now. Hello, Dr. Freeman. Ghoul, were you the one that posted the entire G-Man monologue in my YouTube comments today? I hearted that. 3, 2, 1, go. By the way, No Dream, thanks for the bits. Hope you're doing well today, man. Sorry if I missed that.
Okay, rolling. Oh, it's been...
Yeah, that was you. Good game, good game. All right, let's roll. By the way, what up, Resident Evil? Saw an interesting video about Doodle Bob being misunderstood and not a villain. Yeah, I mean, dude, you know what's so funny is you like that whole thought process of like, okay, here's like some classic piece of like, you know, children's, you know, storytelling, but are the bad guys really bad? You know, because it's like, it's not meant to be that deep, right? Like, but when you think about it more deeply, it's like you realize that like the real world, good and bad in the real world, you know, it's like, it's not like in a fucking fairy tale or in a cartoon or in Spyro, you know? It's like, are the Norks really bad? This guy called Nasty ugly and Nasty lashed out. Like, does that make him evil? Does that justify killing all the Norks, you know? Like, when you think of it realistically like that, you know, you realize that good and bad are very gray concepts. Morals are a spectrum. And that there is really no good and evil. There's only, like, actions that reflect that spectrum. So I think that's a cool, like, exercise in understanding, like, your own concept of justice is to, like, look at a fucking kid's piece of, you know, storytelling and be like, what's really good and evil here, you know? Pacifist runs in this game are technically possible, except that you have to flame Nasty at the end, so you can do a pacifist run, you just can't flame Nasty. Or, I mean, you just have to, you know what I mean? You actually have to flame them twice. And also you have to flame the thieves as well to get the... So there's a lot of required violence in Nasty's level for a pacifist run. Yeah, you have to kill thieves also for the eggs as well. But besides that, if you can like look past those things, then yeah, I guess pacifist is possible. Doodlebob made the decision to put on angry eyebrows. Yeah, it's true. He basically was like, I'm evil as fuck. I mean, case closed. Just like real criminals in real life. They just basically drew on the metaphorical evil eyebrows and, you know, mustache and stuff before robbing a bank to support themselves because they'd be homeless otherwise, you know? Not that I have any sympathy for criminals. Just that it's, you know, it's all such a gray spectrum of good and bad, you know. I think for me, it's definitely hard to see the world through the perspective of someone who has to commit like crime in order to get by. It's hard to do that. I mean, I've never been in that position. I've never felt like I had to do that. And I think even if I was homeless, I think just the way I was like raised and like the sort of, I don't know, the sort of way I look at the world is like, even if I had nothing to my name, I still would go out of my way not to commit crime, not to rob stores, not to mug people, you know? Because that just, I don't know, that's, to me, that's just like evil. That's too evil for me, you know? But someone who just grows up around that, it's like, and that's all they got, you know? It's like, sure, it's still their fault for doing the shit, but it's like, it's just hard to see the world from that perspective, you know what I mean? It's a challenge to put yourself in someone's shoes like that. In the end of the world, you're smashing skulls for resources? Damn, you're a badass, bro. Show me your nuclear fallout bunker, complete with canned beans and a generator. I think the dragons are the oppressors, but Spyro was honestly just helping out from a childlike naivety. Yeah. I think you're right. I like that. Oh, a little low on the glide. It could have worked. I think if I'd have just charge glided a little better there, that would have worked. And aimed a little more right. That glide tends to be a little bit more lenient on the right-hand side. It's like I'm gliding towards that point. It's like you want to kind of skirt along the right side of that point instead of the left like I did there. So those little tiny adjustments could have made that work there. I did have enough height and distance to do that. Yeah, it is a hard jump.
Okay, rolling. Oh, it's been peaceful.
Yeah, and then so like what kind of Schizo is saying, it's like, so from my like worldview, I'm like, oh, I could never do petty crime, even if I was homeless or, you know, didn't have anything to my name. Not that I know what that's like, by the way, you know, from experience, you know, important detail. But just thinking about it hypothetically, it's like, I would never commit petty crime. But then, you know, and I'm sure that's the same way pretty much every politician feels, right? And meanwhile, they're like insider trading and like fucking passing bills to like fucking fuck you over, basically, you know? So, just funny how like, you know, just because something is like a crime, it's like we're willing to look the other way about things that like hurt other people as long as they're not, we don't see it as like a direct thing, you know? If you're indirectly hurting someone, it's like easier to justify it rather than, you know, directly robbing a store or mugging someone. In our minds. It's not insider trading, they're just really good at it. Yeah, you know what? I think you're right. What's up, Pig Spots? Thank you for the resub. Appreciate that. You do insider trading whenever you go into a store and trade money for groceries. I like that like thought, is that it's like, you know, you don't pay for anything. I mean, you're just bartering money. Like bartering is like, you know, okay, you don't have money, right? So you like trade one good for another good. But then like money is also like a good that you can trade, right? Be it physical or digital, right? So we're still just bartering, like trading money for something, you know what I'm saying? So it's not so disconnected from like trading a cow for a fucking piece of meat or something, or whatever. Not that there's any moral to that. It's just I don't know. Oh shit. I think it's like the people who were rich like way long ago, like they had all the resources, you know, before fiat money was like the norm, you know, before having digital money or whatever was the norm. People who had like big ass farms and a shit ton of livestock and a bunch of, you know, plants and crops and shit and slaves, you know, don't forget about that, you know, human resources as well. People who had all that, they were the rich ones. It wasn't even that they physically had a lot of money. It's just that they had access to a lot of resources. 3, 2, 1, go. They had ownership, actually, of a lot of reasons. Not just access, but ownership to a lot of resources. But now, like, you know, nowadays, like, having access or ownership of a lot of resources, sure, like, you know, you can own real estate and stuff, but then a lot, you know, your money can be illiquid. So in a way, it's like common to be rich, but like liquidity is like an overlooked aspect of wealth, I think. Whether you're looking at it in olden days or in like all sorts of credit and investing and all this shit nowadays. Real estate, finance bros. It's like, what good is it to have millions of dollars in real estate if selling that shit incurs millions of dollars of capital gains tax, you know? Or another philosophical question about wealth is like, when does an asset become a liability? Like, houses are assets until they need work on them, and then that it's like a liability. I'm not, by the way, I am not a financial advisor. Probably what I'm saying is not exactly accurate in terms of financial lingo, especially in terms of assets and liabilities, but I'm just speaking from a more like philosophical stance here. I mean, we think about the money we have in the bank as safe. You know, you can get hacked. Whatever money you saved up in your whole fucking life could just be gone like that if someone really wants to fucking hack you, you know? Like if they're good enough. Even with the 2-factor authentication and fingerprint and a good password, like you're never fully safe, you know? An asset is never fully secure, is what I'm trying to say. 3, 2, 1, go. If you gave me 100K to invest, I think my response to that would be, well, first of all, why are you giving me the money, dude? Just invest it yourself. I mean, you're just asking for my advice at that point, right? But say you did give me 100K, I would just put it in I'd probably like spread it over a couple bank accounts, maybe like CDs, maybe like invest a little bit into the stock market. Like it's nothing crazy. Little S&P 500 here, little federal bond there, little gold there, little diversification. But it's not like I'm gonna turn 100K into $1 million overnight or anything. I'm not that guy. I am not that guy. I would not put it into cryptocurrency, I'll tell you that much. Buy 50,000 frozen burritos. I like where your head's at. Frozen burritos are delicious. Those things could be very valuable one day. Just wait for the great burrito crash of 2025. And then my burrito stocks are going to be through the roof. Forget about stocks, just my physical burritos. I have freezers all over the country. Stocked to the brim with frozen burritos. I have a stranglehold on the market. At what point do these burritos become a liability? Probably when they become sentient and realize that there's power in numbers, and these frozen burritos thaw themselves and revolt. And they put themselves in the microwave and just like explode all over people like grenades, burn people to death, you know? It's like their main form of attack. They're like bees. Frozen burritos, when they revolt, they're like bees. They can sting hard, but they die from the sting, you know? my god, this is so slow. Please. I'm resetting this. Fucked that recovery. That's why I'm in bed with the squits. What's a squit? 3, 2, 1, go. With the squirts, do you mean to say? Like your asshole? With the squits? This dude's got the squits.
Okay, rolling. Oh, it's been peaceful.
RuneScape update. Like a personal update from me. I've been playing a ton of Guardians of the Rift on RuneScape, which is just a rune crafting minigame. I've really been vibing out on that. I'm up to 73 rune crafting, and I do have my abyssal needle in pouches, so once I hit 75, I'm gonna hit that colossal pouch. I almost got the hat, you know, the whole outfit from the minigame as well, which gives you extra runes. So yeah, I'm balling on Guardians of the Rift right now. I've just been really enjoying that. I've like, you know, you can like somewhat AFK it, or you can go like really hard on it. And like in the right bursts, like you don't want, it's not the sort of thing you want to be doing like all fucking night, but like in the right bursts, you know, it's, I like Guardians of the Rift for my skiller ass. Ever heard of New World? Yeah, it's like it's an MMO, a relatively new kind of high graphical fidelity MMO. Right. I've not played it myself. Why don't I stream RuneScape? Because most of you guys watch me for Spyro Speedruns, and also because after I get done with a day of Spyro Speedrunning, the last thing I want to do is like continue withering away in this chair, you know, and drinking beer and playing RuneScape. Like, it was fun. There was an era where I did that, and it was fun while it lasted, but I realized pretty quickly that I was kind of killing myself doing that. It was a very unhealthy thing. Even if I didn't drink alcohol or whatever, it still just would be like, you know, I'm just watching the viewer count just slowly just deteriorate like over the course of an hour or two until I'm like at 60 viewers. And I'm like, you know, it's just like the universe is telling me like, you know what, just go offline, you know. It turns streaming into something that's really purposeful and like, and it turns my content into something that feels really purposeful and meaningful to me, into just like, all right, I'm just sitting here clicking the same thing, listening to the same songs over and over again, you know, and it becomes really mindless and nebulous to me, and I don't like that feeling. When I do this, when I stream and when I speedrun it, like I like to have like a purpose and a goal, and like, all right, I'm feeling good, let's continue. I'm not feeling good, let's stop. You know, if I'm just streaming like an MMO or Morrowind or RuneScape or whatever, I don't feel like I'm accomplishing anything at all. So I just feel like my life is passing me by as I sit there getting fatter and drunker. So it's not a really good feeling for me and my audience. If my audience responded more positively to those types of streams, like maybe I would do them more, but I'm just not a variety streamer, you know. That's just like the TLDR about it. If I really enjoyed streaming that and I was like, oh yeah, this is awesome, I really like streaming this more than just playing it on my own, then yeah, like I would try to push it, you know, regardless of the view count or whatever, like, but I just, you know, I just prefer playing a game like RuneScape just on my own, not on stream. It's just the truth about it. And then it's the other way around with this game. I prefer streaming this game rather than playing it on my own. So that's just how it is for me, just simply put. Yeah, I fuck with Morrowind heavy, dude. I love that game. I have hundreds of hours in that game. Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim, I mean, those three games, I mean, I gotta have like thousands of hours between all three of them over the course of my whole life, you know. Morrowind came out when most of us were like pretty young. I played it when it came out when I was in like fucking like elementary school or whatever. I had no idea what I was doing. So as I grew up along these sides, you know, when Oblivion came out, I remember playing that on my 360. Same thing with Skyrim. Played a bunch of Fallout as well, dude. I was like a total Bethesda nerd for like a super long time. as I'm sure many of you guys are or were. What's up, Marquisha? Thanks for the good luck. Ever played the early Elder Scrolls? You're asking like Arena, Daggerfall, Redguard? No, I haven't played those. Daggerfall is the one that most people recommend, right? Like dungeon crawler ass game. It's good. I feel like I'd rather play like the old school Fallout isometric games before I play Daggerfall. Maybe one day I'll try them out. Maybe I'll do like a fun little like... Maybe if I feel like, you know, I've been talking all this shit about how I don't like want to do variety streaming. Maybe one day if I do dip my toes back into that, I might do like a Fallout 1 playthrough or a Daggerfall playthrough or something. That'd be a good idea for a game to do that with. But yeah, not happening anytime in the near future, so don't get your hopes up. Yeah, that'd be like a fun thing to do like during the subathon next year, yeah. Play like the OG Fallouts or Elder Scrolls. I don't know what Icewind Dale is. Baldur's Gate 1. Sounds cool. Play some Disruptor. Fucking Insomniac's first game. It's like Spyro with guns. Don't even make a note about it. We're just spitballing. What's up, Mavrosa? Welcome. I'm doing pretty good today. Chilling. I randomly got hit with like a wave of dread right now. Of like, man, can I keep up with PB today? Like, we'll see. I mean, I don't know why that caused like a feeling of dread inside me. But I just don't know if I'm on that pill right now, you know what I mean? We'll see. We'll see what develops. I am playing decent. I mean, I got a good pace here. I think that's why I felt that. It's like, all right, are we going to do or die today? Like, let's find out. Valve's new game? What is it? No, I have not seen leaks about it. Remember how everyone was like super excited for Half-Life Alyx? And then everyone played it for a week and then forgot about it? That was pretty cool. Chocobo Racing has a Spyro Easter egg. I did not know that. Yeah, as far as VR games go, like, Half-Life Alyx was pretty good from what I understand. I mean, that's not a very high bar to clear though, to be fair. Any nice plans for Memorial Day? We are going to be going to the amusement park this weekend. We're going to Busch Gardens, which is like, I haven't been there before. Any Busch Gardens enjoyers? Oh, come on! Just give me that, you fucker! God damn it, dude. Just give me that. Fuck's sake. That pissed me, man. I thought I was going to get that. I was just a little too wonky with it, I guess. Silliness. Have I ever gotten into Dead Space? No, I'm not super big on like horror, whatever, survival games. Like the only game I've really gotten into that was Resident Evil 4. Yeah, Yeah, just give me that jump, for fuck's sake. That was some bullshit. That jump is always bullshit when you fail it. It's always like, I did not deserve that. That's what it always feels like. What's up, maybe something? Seen some of the Spyro content, really like your childless, down-to-earth approach. Currently also running another game that I like that has less complex routing. Nice. What game are you playing, maybe something? And thanks for the kind words, man. Lay it on me. The Griffin? Is that what it's called? The Griffin? Do you like actually ride on a fucking mechanical bird? That would be sick. Griffin's the goat. I'm gonna keep that in mind when I go. King's Island. We went to a place called King's Dominion. I don't know if that's what you're talking about or if that's a separate thing. King's Dominion's fun. We've been there a few times. I dig the old-timey amusement park vibes of it. Like it's the same thing it's been since like the 70s, you know? Just a few updated rides or whatever. Kings Island, Kings Dominion they're separate parks, but they're owned by the same company. So they're basically the same shit. Am I understanding that correctly? Pig Spots, thank you for the tier 1, by the way. I just saw that. I don't know why I'm not hearing my alerts, but thank you for that, Pig Spots. Sorry, I'm late with that. Yeah, the alerts are dead. Let me fuck with them. No, I can hear it from that website. I can hear it from there. But yeah, I guess that alert didn't go off. My splits are not automatic. I use, I don't know why I pronounce that word so automatic. Automatic, supersonic, hypnotic, funky Moses. No, I use a foot pedal to split. Automatic. I sound like a fucking robot. Speedrunning's turning me into a robot. Help. Might try working on getting into another game. Chillness. The game you're running is called Super Kiwi 64. Huh, I've never heard of it myself. But I hope you have a good time with your runs, my friend. You get some solid PBs. Yeah, I'm an enunciation maxer. I do feel that way sometimes, like talking aloud to chat sometimes. Oh my god, whatever, at least I got the blue there. Instead of missing the blue, only Mr. Green. Automatic, supersonic, hypnotic. I do have to get groceries, but I'm leaving my stream on because I am going to come back. By the way, I'm reading someone's chat right now. I'm not saying that for myself. Well, hey, welcome back, or see you later, or whatever. Good luck. Good luck. My shirts never fit. I know, the way I said that, it sounded like, okay, guys, bye. Like I'm leaving. Bye, everybody. No, I'm here. I'm still here. Still grinding. Still have yet to get a run out of Peacekeepers today. So we'll see what happens. I told you guys that, like, you know, just because things were looking promising in practice doesn't mean that, like, I'm necessarily going to be balling on my runs today. So I'm glad I mentally prepared myself for this. I mean, yesterday was just an anomaly of, like, every run, like, I pretty much did not reset and got, like, 4 really solid paces out of Peacekeepers, which, like, doesn't really happen very often in this game. Usually you need at least a few resets to get out of Peacekeepers, you know? You like 64 games? Hell yeah, dude. I got an N64 set up on Sarah's gamer room, our bedroom. Come on. I have to go get groceries, but I'm leaving my stream. Oh, I already read that. Congrats on the new PB. Thank you, Kiwi Turtle. Appreciate it. Yeah, getting a split pedal was like probably the best $8 investment of my life. It really helps out, like, not like taking your hands off the controller to split, I find like is really bad. It's not good. Even if it's like during like a slow like load or something like that, it's just like it takes you out of the game, I feel like, to be forced to take your hands off the controller to press something. It's not a big deal, but like because I like to spit quickly, the foot pedal is like perfect for me. And also it's just satisfying to just fucking stomp on that thing like DDR style, you know, whenever you can get a good split. It's like right when you exit the level, it's like kaboosh. It's like puts a bow on it, you know. Satisfying. What's up, Della? Welcome, thank you. I should try Enter the Dragonfly 100%. No, I shouldn't, is my response to that. No, I shouldn't. It's not a horrible idea. It's just, like if I really want to learn a new Spyro run, I guess that would be the one at this point for me to learn. But I don't really want to. Oh my god, dude. Fuck off. Fucking gem. Game does not want to give me the gems. I'm telling you guys, like, that's the feeling I was, like, getting in, Clifftown. I think it's, like, telling me... My heart is telling me that, like, my heart is not in this right now, you know? Not that I, like, dislike what I'm doing or that, I'm getting burnt out or whatever. It's just, today, like, my fucking focus... I don't know. That's all I can say is like my heart isn't like super in the runs today, into my runs.
Okay, rolling.
Obviously, it's not worth overthinking. It's not like that deep, really. It's just an observation. It's just like, I'm not like that dialed in right now. It's not even that I'm like playing good or bad or anything. It's just that the actual level of like giving a fuck isn't as high as it normally is. So I'll just accept that feeling and let it pass over me, hopefully. And continue grinding. If I don't get a run going today, though, then that's why, I think. If I'm gonna, point the finger at anything. But I think that's the reason I've been struggling with some resets the last half hour or so. But I think if I get a good pace going, into Magic Crafters, hopefully, into Beast Makers, that it'll wake me up a little bit. This category definitely, like, wakes you up when you're on a good pace. It has that effect. Where you're just kind of chilling and just whatever, just not really giving a fuck. Kind of like what I was saying, like your heart's not super into it. And then you kind of open your eyes and then you're on beast. You're about to do Misty Bog and you could potentially get world record, you know? It really is just like you open your eyes and there you are. So it's like, hopefully, you know, I think in a best case scenario, hopefully I get like woken up today by a run. We'll see what happens. So much for the 100K question. You asked what I would invest $100,000 into. Can I get the fuck up here? Oh my god, I'm resetting. I would probably just I'd split it like probably like 70% into a certificate of deposit or a government bond or gold. Anything that has like pretty much a guaranteed 5% return. And you don't even need to put it in like the stock market per se or in like an investment account to do that. You could just put that in like a Capital One account, or there's like all sorts of banks that have a certificate deposit bond thing accounts that you can do. 3, 2, 1, go. So I'd put like a lot of the money into that. I'd put some of the money into an emergency fund. You know, just pretend like I don't like, you know, it's $100,000 and that's your entire everything you have. Well, some of that money needs to be set aside for an emergency fund. So like we'll say $10,000 into a savings account, like a high interest savings account. So that way it's actual liquid money that you can take out in case you need it. And to that end, maybe keep another couple thousand in a checking account as well. You know, a lot of these decisions are going to be impacted by whether you have more income coming or not. So if you have no more income coming, then actually you'd probably want to put most of that money into just a normal savings account so you can draw from it when you need. And just expect to gradually lose it, basically. But say that you currently have like a job that like, you know, you're operating at like an equal income and expenditure ratio that you can like stay afloat with, but you just happen to have 100K. Let's just say in that case, then you start putting it in like a fucking like into like some safe investing, you could say, like I was saying, like CDs or certificate of deposit or whatever. And then once you have a comfortable amount of money in there, probably the majority of your money in that, then with whatever money you have left over, you could put it into riskier forms of investing, like the stock market, you know, stuff like that. Crypto, you know, whatever fucking bullshit you want. For me, that takes the form of like index funds. Some people like real estate. Some people like international, you know, investing. Whatever tickles your fucking fancy. Whatever you feel like burning money with. You know, basically. C-Ripto. Yeah, it's not crypto, it's C-Ripto. I like that. But basically money, like whatever money's left over is like you are ready for that money to disappear before your eyes, basically. But yeah, the majority of the money being in generally a safe savings account that like, or a safe investment account. So that's what I would do with 100K if you were to give it to me, depending on the situation of whether you were still making money or not. And also, I am not a financial advisor. Just keep that in mind. I'm just a fucking dude. Yeah, invest in red and purple gems. Dude, I wish you could just invest in the Spyro gems. Some people are like, yo, I have 100K of like extra money. I'm going to start a business and just like get a big loan, get a fucking, you know, just fucking risk it all on that, you know? And some people are really successful doing that. Most people aren't, but you know, there's a lot of paths you can go with like 100K if you're really like motivated. I'm not that type of dude. I'm not the type of dude to fucking wake up and try to fucking run a fucking pizzeria or something. Hey, maybe you're the type of person that's like, hey, I'm gonna spend like $10,000 fixing up like a van, and then just live out of a van, you know, at a roughly like $10,000 to $20,000 a year, hopefully, without like, you know, accounting for maybe another like however many $1,000s of emergency. You're gonna really need a strong emergency fund if you do something like that, you know. There's a lot of different ways. It kind of just comes down to like what you want out of life type of thing, you know? When you have like $100,000 to spend. So like, don't take what I say. That's like what I would just do for me, because I'm not like a fucking super travel-y person. I'm like the type of dude that just kicks back and just stays at home, and I like having money just put away, you know? I find when I look out at other people, I find that most people are not like that, actually. Most people like to go out. Most people like to travel. Most people don't like putting money away. People just don't like to save, you know, like the way I do. It's just, I'm like unusual for that. So, hey, what I would do is definitely not what I recommend for everybody or anything. 100K is definitely, it is a lot of money. You know, depending on your lifestyle and stuff like that, of course, it can like vary in terms of how much it means to you to have 100K. But I think for any given person, whether you're rich or poor, I think you can respect that $100,000 can, you know, depending on where you put it, could have a big impact on your life, you know? Yeah, $100,000 is a lot of money. Dude, $1,000 is a lot of money. $100 is a lot of money. Yeah, it's all relative, I guess. Yeah, I think for most people, $100,000 would completely change the course of their life. Even if you were already rich and you didn't necessarily need it. Even $10,000, I think that's still probably true for most people. Yeah, and it's a perspective thing, because like Spyro just said, well, $100,000 isn't a lot if you're really into nice cars. Yeah, that's a good point. If you're really into expensive shit, then yeah, $100,000 is not that much money. That's a good point. Yeah, I mean, it really says a lot about like our, you know, about what our perspective being shifted by what we like, you know? Yeah, if you put if you think of having a nice car is important, then, you know, having $100,000 is like, to me, having $100,000 is so much more valuable than having a nice car. You know, that's not how everyone feels. Like I was saying, like everybody's really different in terms of like, not just how they value money, but how they value like their actual just material possessions type of thing. Like some material possessions just have more value to some people than others. And you know, like, look, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you know, I think a lot of people like will look down upon like opulent like lifestyles, you know, like rich fucking celebrities living in big ass mansions and shit. You know, and all that, like sports cars, you know, fancy cars are a really great example of that as well. It's like, you don't need that, you know, why waste the money on that? But I think for those people, like, you know, I watch like a lot of car like YouTuber channels and stuff. Like, I can tell that fixing up and messing with these like cars and doing that, like, that's a real source of happiness, I think, for a lot of people. I don't think that's worth discounting, you know. It's like that classic thing. It's like money doesn't buy you happiness, but it gets you pretty damn close. You know, it's like money doesn't buy you happiness, but it also does, you know. Both things are true. It buys you comfort. That's what it does. And to me, comfort is happiness. And money enables happiness is another way to say it. But it's not the only key to happiness either. It's not the key to happiness. It's just one layer in what might make someone happy. One thing that might make someone happy. You know? In a sea of things that could make you happy. Oh god, that's not gonna work. I'm just gonna reset that. That is not working. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, that was bad, Mama. No, there was no way that Mama. To those of you guys without a keen eye, you might be like, oh, maybe, you know, see if it worked. No, no, no. That one was not going to work. I can tell you for a fact. I didn't even have to wait and feel the pain. Yeah, like what Alien Genie said, there's a lot of like money traps that just being in like just our like current first world society. And a car is one of the, having a really nice car is a money trap. Eating out a lot is a money trap, depending on like what you eat. Your taste in food can be a money trap. Even in just like living spaces, you know, like depending where you live. Now, granted, some of it is a trap, and other like, but some of these traps are unavoidable as well. I mean, you need a place to live, you know. And no matter, even if you go to like the bottom of what you reasonably can find acceptable, you know, like a fucking shack, you know, and it's still like $1,500 a month, you know, it's like, it's still a trap, whether it's your fault or not. It's there are still there's money traps everywhere, you know. But yeah, some of these traps we have more control over than others, like the car thing, having a nice car. But you know, again, for some people, you might need a car, you know, and that's still money, you know. For me, I don't need a car. I'm fucking super lucky. Dude, I was on the phone with the insurance company the other day. I was like, we don't fucking drive this thing ever. Like, can we please pay less? She's like, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, you can. You have health insurance too? Oh, yeah, you're paying. Like, let's chop that bill in half, you know? It's like, dude, that shit makes me so happy, you know? You know, saving money on, you know, canceling subscriptions and trimming down things like that, putting more money away. That makes me happy, you know? Is subscribing a money trick? Dude, it literally is. Fucking subbing to my Twitch channel or doing like a YouTube membership. It's designed to be why? Think about this. Why isn't there an option that's just like one-time payment for a Twitch sub or a YouTube membership? If you wanted to do a one-time payment, you'd have to donate, right? But why isn't that an option for the Twitch sub or the YouTube membership? It's because it's a money trap. They want you to forget about it, obviously. And so that way, like, you know, so that way you just keep paying every month and you don't even think about it, you know? But I'm not here to say, even though I would be the beneficiary of that, you know, I'm not here to support you guys like financially hurting yourselves if you don't intend to. So I will take this opportunity right now to tell you, to tell everybody who's watching right now, if you are subscribed to me on Twitch, if you are membered to me on YouTube, and you don't necessarily want to be membered to me next month, and have that automatically recur, go into your settings right now and cancel it. Just do it. But they force you to do that. Like, they force you to have that agency, you know? No, I don't want you guys to be giving me money that you don't intend to. But that's how these fucking subscriptions and memberships are designed. It's very intentional. And of course they make it like you gotta fucking click on your profile and your settings and then your subscriptions and then, oh, wait a minute, I did this sub on desktop, so I gotta go do it on a computer now instead of my phone. All intentional. That is all intentionally difficult. Dude, I tried to cancel a fucking Nintendo online membership thing, and I couldn't even get onto my Nintendo account like on a browser. I had to do it through the Switch store. Like, because it wouldn't let me recover the password correctly, but it was saved on the Switch. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, it's just it's so many menus you're going through and all this. You gotta do it. If you want to save money, like, that's some shit. You gotta enjoy doing that. That's what I'm saying, is you gotta enjoy saving money like that. Otherwise, it's just a chore to do those things. It's like, it's what, like $3-4 a month to have a Nintendo membership? Who cares, you know? Like, just let it be, right? Insurance is kind of expensive for your car. Ah, well, at least I'm getting more coverage. Just let it be, you know? Right? No. You gotta fight it. Like, in this world, you gotta fight some shit, or else you'll just get eaten up. To fight these corporations on their fucking greedy practices. What's better, to be subbed on YouTube or Twitch? They're pretty comparable. It used to be better to do a YouTube membership because that's a 70% sub cut, but now I have the 70% sub cut on Twitch as well. So either one gets me an equal ratio of money. God damn it, I fell down that. You could tell the camera went wonky there. It's because I partially fell down the corner before I jumped. That's what happens when you jump too late, actually. You actually, counterintuitively, you don't want to jump as close to the edge as possible there, or else that happens. Can you imagine Laura as a VTuber? Yeah, she could rock like a... She has like her dog, whatever, fucking OC. She could probably, you know, spend a few $100, commission a fucking V... What is it called? Like V-Roid model of it. But she rocks the webcam vibe, so I don't see any need to switch. Definitely easier and cheaper to just use a webcam. You know a guy named Spyro? Sprint 100 meters. It will give you an endorphin rush, help you focus. All out. Cool. You saying I should go for a run right now? Just a quick sprint? I actually did go outside for a minute today, you know, walked around a bit. So I did get my time outdoors in the sun, which was very important. Yeah, Louis Rossmann is like totally the type of guy that's talking about that sort of thing, about like, don't let these companies fuck you, you know? That anything, like any fucking piece of electronics that you have, that's like, especially if it's like an Apple product or something, it's like they want you to use to go through their warranty process. Oh, you have an issue with your computer? Don't open it. Don't open it. You'll void the warranty. Don't do that. Fucking do it. Fuck them. You gotta fucking plug something in. Oh, you gotta fucking... They take advantage of the fact that they know people don't want to do like the hour of research to fix like a problem that their computer is having, to open up the back of it, to get to buy the screwdriver, the precision screwdriver off Amazon. You know? They know that people don't want to do that. They know that people are lazy. And so they intentionally make it so that that's even more difficult to do. Proprietary screw heads and stuff, and things that aren't easily buyable like online and stuff. They know, and so they make it as hard as possible to do it. So it's a fight. You have to fight them on it if you really want to like be I don't know, not at their fucking mercy at every, you know. Oh yeah, your laptop, you know, even though all you got to do is just re-plug the SSD, actually you need a whole new laptop. With cars, it's the same way. You fucking take your car to a dealership, or you take it to a specialist mechanic. Well, lo and behold, you take it to the dealership and they tell you need a bunch of shit that you don't need, you know, and charge you up the ass for it. You know, it's the same thing. Or no, and then better yet, you fucking know how to work on a car, and then you can save yourself all that money and time and labor hours, you know? So I think what I'm trying to say is that knowledge is power more than it ever has been in our world. You know, to the fact that you have all this shit at your fingertips, you know, any YouTube, you can look up a YouTube tutorial for anything. Oh, my fucking phone isn't working. Look that shit up on Google. Look that shit up on YouTube. Oh, man, maybe there's some shit, fucking factory reset fucking shit you can do, you know? But don't be lazy. Fucking, like, you have to overcome your own laziness of just like, I'll just send it in for warranty and, you know. Sometimes it's a good move. I mean, it's a good move to preserve warranty, you know, and to like just do that. It's kind of one of those things also where it's like, how valuable is your time? It's like, do you think that spending an hour or an evening or a couple evenings or many evenings figuring out how to fix your phone or your computer is that even worth it to you? Would you rather spend that time in money, sending it back, or buying a new one or whatever? So I'm not telling you that you have to be a fucking genius or anything, or that you have to do it a certain way. All I'm saying is that there is a way with all this stuff that they try to get you to think oh well, you can't work on this yourself. Dude, electric cars? You guys ever follow fucking YouTube channels like Rich Rebuilds? This dude fucking like works on electric cars, and like he'll fucking like, it's crazy because like anytime something goes wrong with a fully electric car, the standard that they're trying to establish in like these industries is that, oh, you just send it back to the dealer. You just send it back to them and they just, and they fix it, right? Nobody knows how to work on electric cars. You need all these modules and all this. It's like there are people that are fighting that are actually trying to figure out how to fix these things. And of course, it's way harder than it needs to be because these companies want you to just send it to them, So it's a fight, is my point. Knowledge is power, and where there's power, there's a fight, And, sometimes that fight's worth it for some people, and sometimes it's not. But I will say fighting a fight like that of like fixing your own shit, or, saving yourself money on this or that. Those fights are very fulfilling, I think, if you can see them to the end. And even if it's like a total failure, you try fixing your car and now it's in pieces on the garage floor. Hey, at least you tried, at least you learned something along the way, So again, it's like kind of like a time, value, money, experience, learning, like balancing all those things and being like, is this worth it for me? Constantly asking that. Not just doing shit blindly because you're lazy, but just looking at all your options with something. Oh my fucking god, just make me glide, please. I am so fucked on my runs today, everybody. I'm just telling you. Yeah, dude, Jacko, you're right. I mean, I'm not saying that Samsung isn't just as bad as Apple or whatever. I'm not only ragging on Apple here, just so we're all on the same page. Everyone's having a full mood run? What do you mean by that? You mean, you trying to say I'm in a bad mood? Tell me how you really feel. I think I'm holding up okay. It's just like I said earlier, my runs are just not all. I'm just not all into it with the runs today. I don't think that means I'm like fucked up or I'm in a bad mood or anything. I mean, I'm trying to fight that. Let me fight that instead of just writing it off. I'm not trying to write it off today yet. I'll let you know when I'm ready to write it off, and you can start talking shit about my mood and stuff. Like I'll let you know, but I'm not there yet. I'm allowed to talk shit on my mood, not you. Is another way of saying it. No better feeling than taking apart the car to fix a noise than when it's back together, it's twice as loud. I've never, dude, I'll tell you this. I've never worked on a car myself. I watch a lot of car, mechanic videos and stuff just because I find it interesting, but I have no fucking idea, bro. Like, if I were to try to pop open the hood of, like, our fucking Pontiac, I'd have no fucking idea where to even start. Maybe one day. Yeah, Pride. So yeah, I was like kind of trying. I think I was trying to touch on that earlier, and I'm glad you brought that up because it's like, when you buy something online, tell me that you guys don't have that same experience as Pride. Like when you go on Amazon and you're like looking at like 100 different versions of the same like chair or something, or same like little fucking charger or whatever. It's like you get paralyzed in your research, and then it's like fuck, like you end up spending like an hour like trying to find the best possible deal, reading all the reviews to save like $1 on a fucking phone charger, or something. And it's like you have to take a step back and be like, is this worth my time? No, I totally get you. I think that's like what this all comes down to, is like it's like It's like we all value our time differently, and I think some people really embrace that whole research process, and that is worth their time to even just save $1, even if they're spending like extra hours on something. Oh my god, this is so ass. I'm just gonna keep going. And for other people, it's not worth it, you know? You just gotta decide for yourself. I think, but being able to take a step back like that and not be so committed to the deal, so to speak. That's why I say I'm not a penny pincher, per se. I'm not like fucking wasting my all day, every day trying to find the cheapest version of everything. But I'll still look for the cheapest version of stuff, but then be like, you know, this isn't worth it. I might as well just get the more expensive thing. Just save myself the trouble, you know, type beat. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Fixing my car's radiator. Spyro is better when it's either OG or Reignited. So basically you're saying you don't like the PS2 games and GBA games. Am I understanding that right? I'm with you on that. Those games are pretty mid. They're not the worst games ever. They're just not my cup of tea. All right, missing some gems, but whatever. Keep it moving. When you have a bullshit office job, you have plenty of time to spend an hour on it. Amazon, yeah. I think that's different, though. I think that is already, like... I think that is a good valuing of your time, because it's like, if you can waste time, but you're making money during it, like at your job, then you're actually valuing your time. Like, something that would be, like, not worth your time becomes worth your time. You know? Especially if it's, like, in your own self-interest. So yeah, I totally get that. I respect that. Stuff that you wouldn't waste time on at home. It's like, yeah, I'll research the same fucking $1 product like on Amazon for my own benefit. I might as well. I'm on company time here. No, I say more power to you. But yeah, that is an effective, like, that is, you've already taken the step back and analyzed like how much what your time is worth, you know, at that point. And that's harder to do when you're not, like, actually on the clock, you know? What's up, Tomos? Thanks for the good luck. Please work. How is that not working, ladies and gentlemen? Please just get the fuck up there. What the fuck? Can I have that? How did... I'm flabbergasted that didn't work. Just give me that. I must have hit it like perfectly on the corner there. It got like an extra annoying ledge situation. Oh, fuck. I'm just gonna practice this. And runs are ass today, everybody. You can talk shit on me now, Undies. I'm playing like shit. I'll just admit it at this point. Deo just isn't the same as he was yesterday. He's just really just... I can just see it in his eyes. He's just completely gone. Then the next day I'm on good runs. It's like, dude, I always believed in you. I'm not making... Not you personally, Undies. I'm just joking around. The classic pace pal mentality. Dude, Deo, you were so much better yesterday. Like, honestly, like, you really changed a lot in these last 24 hours. And I just don't know if I could keep supporting this, you know, this horrible, you know, this unhealthy, you know, lifestyle choice, whatever. Then good run starts. You get a PB. It's like, dude, fuck yeah. I called it. I knew this was going to be the one. No, I will say though, on that topic, I think a lot of you guys are here for both the good and bad times, and for that I appreciate it. Even Undies. And even if you're not, even if you're just lurking in the background and about to click away just because my runs are ass, like, hey, that's all good with me too. It's all in good fun here. All in jest. This is what everyone says after I send a message. Undies out here typing a message. Man, everyone's in a bad mood today. Streamer comments about bad mood. Talking shit on you. Oh man, they're all bullying me. No, you're the victim here, Undies. I feel you. I feel that. You deserve better. That's why I'm vouching for you. I may be making fun of you, but I'm vouching for you. I know secretly deep down you're the homie. Ass runs deserve to exist. No! Eradicate! Reset all bad runs. Who's with me? Nuke 'em. All in jest, I am close to my 120 PB. Well, that's not a jest. That's just the truth right there. What day is it today? It's the 22nd? Yeah, my 120% world record PB, whatever, is going to be, fucking what, like in 5 days? You don't even know? You don't even know if you're the homie? You don't know if you're a pace pal or not? You having a pace crisis? Come on, Undies, don't do me like that. Alright, I'll quit making fun of you. You deserve better. Not with that attitude, I'm not. Need some more positivity. Is Wild Flight my nemesis? I would not say that. I have lost runs to Wild Flight, but I would not call it like a particularly difficult level for me. It's more of like, I would say it's like that late game execution check where like, if you're not like on point, you can very easily fuck it up. But that doesn't mean it's like a hard level per se. In fact, a lot of levels in any percent are like that. Like if you're just playing like on point, like the consistency like scale really goes through the roof depending on how like nuanced you are in your gameplay on a given day. And that's like, that Wild Flight is a really great example of like a level where you know, even being somewhat nuanced and whatever, I don't know, I'm like totally overthinking it. It's my TLDR, it's not that bad. It ain't that bad. Saboom coming for world record? I don't think so. Unless he's live right now. He said after his recent PB that he's taking a break for a while, so he'll probably come back eventually. He always does. Logical to lose more run at the end because of how much time a player played without mistakes? Yeah, somewhat. There's definitely some like psychology going on there about like having a run be like good for so long, adding pressure and making the likelihood raise that mistakes will happen later in the game. It also doesn't help that games, especially this game, scales in difficulty as you progress through it, and that applies to the speedrun as well. Like the levels just become harder the deeper you go. So there's definitely some cascading like mental and environmental factors that like can increase your odds of fucking up on a good run the deeper you go. But that's not to say that you can't overcome those things either. Dog, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. Just a completely missed jump there. Yeah, almost Big Mama. I'll keep resetting. What time is it? An hour 45? I'll keep resetting for the next like half hour, 40 minutes or so. I'll just keep resetting until I'm over it. 3, 2, 1, go. Everyone blaming Undies for the resets. Damn it, Undies.
Okay, rolling. Oh, it's been peaceful.
Wildflight's the nemesis of a lot of casual play. Yeah, casually Wildflight is really tough, actually. I agree with that. Those fucking planes. Feel like getting the 120 and 120 is the ultimate goal? Well, I guess I've already achieved the ultimate goal with that logic. I definitely agree with that. I mean, that was my ultimate goal for like a long time, and now I have to, you know, in classic speedrunning fashion, it's like work so long, so hard to achieve whatever goal it is, no matter how big or small, and then it's like, all right, on to the next goal. So now the new goal would be like try to incorporate Nestor skip into 120% and get like a mid 120, basically, is like the new goal. Or low 120, and then eventually like, okay, now 119 possible, and then it's like a grind at that point. So it's just never ending. Yeah, get 120 on the dot, exactly. But yeah, I mean, just a classic thing in this hobby. It's just, you're never done, you know? Even when you get like a fucking idealized perfect run or whatever, there's still something more to do. Which, by the way, an idealized perfect run doesn't even fucking exist. Not in this game. What's up, Ink Lightning? A lot of people think of TASes as like idealized perfect runs, but you can improve TASes. Like the person, a TAS is only as good as the person that creates it. Like, just because something is like highly optimized in a TAS doesn't mean that it's like as fast as it could be. You know, that's an interesting point. So don't think of a TAS as like perfect. Rather, just think of it as like highly optimized, frame by frame optimized. In fact, not all TASes are even optimized. I did the 120% routing. I'm a fucking idiot. That was tight. It's like, why am I doing this? My head is way off on another planet right now. Well, there's a task for this game that's the any percent task is 32 minutes long, I believe. But all I was trying to say is that it could be like, it's not like it can't be improved at all. Like, I'm sure whoever made the task could probably tell you so much. But yeah, there's even tasks out there that aren't even designed to be optimized per se. Like, they're just meant to be demonstrations. In fact, there's a name for that in the tasking world. It's called a LOTAD. A low optimization tool assisted demonstration. You see a lot of those in Ocarina of Time. ZFG will showcase those on his stream and stuff. I have a picture of the Pokemon LOTAD right there. Yes, exactly, time traveler. Fuck off. What's up, K-Mad? Thanks for the good luck. Yeah, silly percent is cool because it's not even about like necessarily being fast. It's just about doing fun stuff. So yeah, there's a whole world with tassing that unfortunately, you know, we don't get a really big window into because most people who play these games, even at like a high level, speedrunning, whatever, a small, like, think about this. Everyone who's ever enjoyed this game, okay, here, they're in a big pool. Now everyone who still remembers this game is like a much smaller pool, right? Like you guys, right? Then there's the people who are actually following like the current meta, like you guys watching and me playing and in the Discord and stuff. So this pool is getting smaller and smaller and smaller of people. Then there's the people who actually decide to pick up the controller and practice and play. So that's okay. So now we're like out of like in the dozens of people at this point, you know, maybe not even like 100, maybe a couple hundred, we'll say, to be generous. 3, 2, 1, go. People who have picked up a controller and like have tried to speed run this game, you know, or just try to get good or learn strats, whatever. Then inside that tiny fucking sliver of people, a couple hundred people maybe, then like a small, tiny portion of them, maybe like less than 10% of them have tried to go into BizHawk and fucking make a task, you know? Whether it's a optimize or a whatever, a demonstration, silly. The amount of people that have tasked this game and do task this game can be counted probably on one hand. So think about that. Like, even though this game is so popular and so many people know it and so many people love it and even so many people are interested in speedruns and tasks of it, it's just a smaller and smaller and smaller sliver of like a community of a community of a niche of a niche of a niche that actually gets like a task made. Even in a really popular game like this. So our like sample size of like tasks to look at is very small. We get a very small window into, that's my point, into what tasking in a game like this even is or can be. Yeah, it takes a certain type of person to make a task. You have to be like really like okay with just like very slowly like looking at a game, looking at all the input, like you record some inputs. I didn't like that record. Okay, record some more inputs. Okay, that's almost good enough. And then adjusting those inputs. And then frame by frame going through, deleting what you want, keeping what you don't. Playing it back, seeing if it fits in the context of what you're even dreaming up in terms of like a movement or execution. And then if you like it, then you keep it. And then if you don't like it, then you do that all again. And it's like hours for like a fucking 10-second moment, you know, in a game. I mean, that shit would, even as someone that loves this game and loves tasks and is super deep into speedrunning and stuff, I couldn't do that. That's like mind-numbing activity to me. That's very, it takes a certain type of person. You know? So even amongst the tiny, tiny sliver of people that would be interested in making a task of this game, a very small, you know, a small sliver of that will actually go and make one, you know? So it's just funny to think about like how niched up this whole thing we're talking about is, you know? Really put it into context. Yeah, this is a popular game. Even in the context of speedrun, it's a pretty popular game. But there's still like fucking like less than 10 people, you know, maybe 5 people that have ever made an actual task of this game. 5 to 10 people, we'll say. In the whole history of this game and speedrunning and whatever. I'm going the wrong way. And so what does that tell you about like how far tasks still have to go in this game, you know? We're lucky we have what we have, I'll say that much. For the longest time, you know what's funny? There's a funny thing about this. For the longest time, the only task of any percent was a task by Leponier in 2011. Guess how fast that was? Guess how fast that was? Anyone who knows, don't spoil it. I want you guys to guess how fast the first task of this game was. What was the end time? $125, no. 2 hours, lower than that. It's lower than that. I'll give you guys a moment to guess. 123. All right, I'll tell you now. It was 42 minutes. which at the time was pretty impressive. That was much better than whatever world record was back then. Yeah, 42 minutes was the TAS of this game. The highly optimized frame-by-frame, robot playing back inputs was 42 minutes for any percent back in 2011. And Laponier was the first and only person to TAS this game for many years. So, for the better part of a decade, the best TAS in this game was many minutes behind the real-time world record. Literally, when I got the first 37 in this game, the best TAS of this same category was still a 42. Isn't that fucking silly? Isn't that wild? I mean, it just speaks to how niched up, making a Spyro TAS, how deep of a cut that is, That we're lucky that anyone has ever made any TASes of this game at all. Let alone optimized ones, So that's why I'm saying forget about like, oh, TASes are just fully optimized. No. Yeah, literally, I was ahead of the TAS in 2011, or in the TAS from 2011. But that's not to say it's bad. I mean, Laponier paved the way, right? Like he did the first one. We're thankful that he made that, But I mean, think about that. It's like, you don't know what Spyro speedrunning is. Maybe you're on tasvideos.org. I'm sure some people have done this. Over the course of the 2010s, you're on tasvideos.org. You're like, I wonder what a Spyro TAS would look like. And the only one you see is a 42-minute TAS by Laponier. And you think, okay, wow, that's about as optimal as it gets in that game. You see how it's like a real false, setup, false expectation to be thinking that TAS equals optimal? There's one strat that I always point to that is and will always be TAS only in this game, and it is called Supercharge Sharp Turning. The only world where Supercharge Sharp Turning will ever be done in real time, single segment speedruns like what I'm doing is the only time it'll ever be done is if, and this is a big fucking if controllers are made that allow for position perfect points on a analog stick to be done digitally. So like imagine like a Smashbox or a Hitbox controller that you can do a button combo and it does the exact pinpoint coordinate control of a certain analog stick value, maybe one or two of them. And if such controllers are even allowed and or created, both of those things being big ifs, that is the only time that a human will ever do supercharged sharp turning in a run. Now, you can technically do a supercharged sharp turn on a controller. And in fact, there are the scattered clips of people getting like one supercharged sharp turn after like multiple hours of just doing the high caves ramp over and over. But it's even with that, it's never going to be viable to actually route into an actual super. Because think about it, even if you spend 2 hours to get one supercharged sharp turn, that doesn't mean you can control it. That doesn't mean, because you need to be able to do that multiple times in a supercharge to actually save time. First try. Just doing one supercharged sharp turn isn't enough, let alone being able to control it, let alone chaining multiple together. So yeah, supercharged sharp turning is the one strategy that will until like a cheater fucking controller is made, basically, will always be TAS only. There are also more nuanced examples of like strats that might be considered TAS only, but like they skirt that gray area of like, well, a human could theoretically do this, it's just really hard. But supercharged sharp turning is like one actual like just objective. Like humans will not do this unless such a controller is invented to hit such a precise point on a joystick while turning the opposite direction on a D-pad, by the way. All just to supercharge sharp turn once, and then you're continuing as, you know, so this is like happening very quickly, you know. So yeah, that's the one example I always point to as a TAS only strat in this game. But there aren't many of those. I mean, you know, most other strats that a TAS will do in this game are just, it's just really precise stuff, you know. So it isn't to say that a human can't do really precise things in this game, even first try. But just considering the variability of joysticks and their position, like not every if every joystick was consistently pointing the same coordinates every time, and you could like make a notch, for example, but you can't even do that. You can't even make notches. You know, like in Smash Bros, they make like notches for the joysticks. You can't even make notches or supercharged sharp turning because they're not on the edge of the joystick. They're in between the dead zone and the edge. So a notch, since a notch is on the edge of a joystick, you know, it's not the exact position that you would want. I'm not talking about an angle. I'm talking about it in exact coordinates. One of, I believe, over 60,000 possible XY coordinates on just a single joystick in this game. So that's why I say it's TAS only and not just extremely precise. Yeah, this level's dope. Yeah, it would be pretty cool if someone came along and made a custom controller that could like bind digital inputs to an analog coordinate like that and try to do supercharged sharp turning. Just like, not even in a run or whatever, but just like in practice. It'd be cool if someone did that. Just as a proof of concept. Imagine a supercharged sharp turn controller in this game. That would be so nuts. That would actually be, I would fucking buy that shit instantly. Just to play around with. Most fun level to speedrun? I mean, probably Alpine Ridge, because I get to do it with you. Everyone type "aww" right now. You won't. Make it. Okay. Whew, I almost missed that cycle. Feels different not seeing green after Mama, dude. True. This run has been kind of sloppy, though, to be fair. At least the pace is alive for now. Dude, remember yesterday? I was 10 seconds behind. I think exiting Bog. And I fucking brought it back to, like, I almost tied my PB, basically. I got a 37:19 yesterday. So, that proves to me that as long as I'm, like, under 10 seconds behind, like, you know, going into Bog, like, I can bring it back. Like, that was a really cool, cool run just for, you know, just for future reference, you know. Of course, I played, like, almost fucking perfectly after Bog, but that's another story. At least by my standards. Go slow, be careful. Weird cycle. I don't think I'm gonna catch this. I should be saving time here, but I'm not because that was a sloppy start. I'll jump out. I can make that. Barely. It's still slow, but whatever. Split-second decisions. I missed that blue. Give me that. A little slow. Yeah, I'm probably not saving time here. Wish I was. Might still save like a second. Okay, yeah, I save like a second. 2 seconds. We green. Who's hyping? Where are the pace pals at? I definitely could have saved like up to 5 seconds there for sure. What's up, Blue Eye? Thanks for the good luck. On pace, Peepo will leave. The anti-pace pal. Pace enemy. Yeah, I played a Quika. They're fun. Playing this safe. Ugh. I missed like 2 blues here, I think. That's annoying. That was actually not sharp turning. But I hear what you're saying, and thank you. Actually, sharp turning is a task only. Like a nerd emoji. Oh! There we go. Oh my fucking, that was a bad touch there. Probably losing some time. Probably not green anymore, I'm guessing. I'd probably do well in Smash competitions because I have the reaction time down. I mean, you know, I think there's a lot more to being good at a fighting game than just having good reaction time. But yeah, that is definitely one aspect of things. I'm actually, I play Smash Bros. Melee. I'm a Fox main. Please shit on me. And yeah, I'm pretty bad, like, competitively. That's a game where you really need to practice, have a good controller, have your tech, you know, and then on top of that, really have a good sense of like what people are doing, like understanding your opponent and, you know, punishing their tendencies and things like that. Like, that game is deep as fuck. It's way deeper than just being like, you know, having good tech skill or whatever. You gotta really understand the game. You gotta understand the whole context of everything that you're doing. And the other player. You gotta be in the other player's head as well. A lot of social, like, engineering type stuff, you know. That's what makes fighting games pretty cool, actually. It's like, not only are you learning about the game and your own, like, progression as a player, but you learn about you're like learning another player in real time during a set, you know. Yeah, not everything is a mind game, that's true, but that is part of it, for sure. Sometimes, you know, you can out skill your opponent, you know. You can out execution check them. So in that sense, not everything is a mind game, but sometimes you can't. Nice. Got the big boy cycle. Thank you, Mr. Dan, for the $2. Games done quicker. I like that. Oh, got pushed back. Thank you, Blue Eye, for the 69 bits. Yeah, that was some good blowing there. I agree. I missed a 2. I've definitely been missing some gems throughout this run. We'll see how bad the gem count's looking going into a wild flight. 2211, not bad. Dude, Laura claims to have a sub 22 Magic Crafters exit, which is pretty insane. It's probably with Nestor Skip, though, to be fair. With Nestor Skip and without bike caves. But still, I mean, maybe it's not. I don't know. I'd have to ask her about that. Definitely low, for sure low 22 is possible, like with the routing I'm doing. You like the alert noise? Or you mean me saying balls? Oh! Good. Slow. All right, let's see what the gem damage is here. Yes to both. I'm glad. What do we got? What do we got? This is good. Good. Yeah, almost 3,500. This is actually a really good gem count. I'm delightfully surprised by that. You think this is the one? I don't know, maybe. Things can definitely go awry still, so I won't call it until I see it. You can't call it until after the rat. You gotta remember that. And we still got a lot of shit to fuck up to that point. These are PB splits, 3 seconds behind a world record. But this run is world record-able. Please don't hit me! I'm dead! You just knocked me off the whole fucking... Oh my god. Continue. We're continuing. Man, that was unlucky. I was hoping that I would go off camera enough that he would un-aggro me. That does happen there sometimes. Whatever, at least we have sparks now. That was like maybe 5-6 seconds lost. And we're over gemmed, so we'll see if we can't play it ballsy here and save some of that time loss back. We don't need them. I don't need them. Ooh. Yeah, he bonked me like as far away as he possibly could have. I was just unlucky. Oh, I'm missing him, that's fine. If I'd have gone for the guy on the right there, I would have gotten fucked, so. Definitely missing, I probably missed like 3 or 4 blues at this point. So I've definitely burned as many gems as I can get away with here. Yeah, I do play with vibration on. Some controllers I've used have vibration, some don't. It doesn't really make a big difference in this game. Come on, man. Fucking Bonk City. I'm gonna get this guy. I'll be happy if I'm like less than 10 seconds behind here. We'll see. Jump. Okay, not bad. For dying in the fucking homeworld, that is pretty good. Honestly, I'm not mad about +3. Definitely still PBable. What's up, Cosmovision? Runs have been asked today, but this one's good. Hype up. Quickly, I gotta go quick here. Okay, we're good. Yeah, I'm making chicken later. It's gonna be yummy. Chicken legs, lemon pepper chicken legs in the oven. Sarah, if you want to put that plastic bag of chicken that's thawing in the fridge, if you want to put that in a bowl of one of those big bowls of water to help finish it thawing before I season and cook it, that'd be cool. It doesn't have to be hot water. It could be like warm, room temperature water. Yeah. And you just leave them in the bag. You don't have to take them out. Oh, missed the blue. That's annoying. Skimped out some gems at the end. We'll see if I still am good on gems going into Metalhead here. It'll be a little sussy. 6-3. Yeah, we're going to be just barely a little under, I think. But I think we can make it work still. It's just going to be tough. I wish I'd have grabbed that blue at the end. Am I green? I'm going to save him back there 3 seconds, though. I'll take it. 6-7. Yeah, we need to grab some extras here. Grab all these. Just need to do the 120 strat here, I think. So yeah, losing some time on some of those gem recoveries, but overall time save for doing the Chris strat, I think. I don't know. We'll see. That was a late split as well. Nice. Late gold. Good, good. We're good on gems. Oh, that sucks. Lost my momentum. I literally finger slipped off the joystick. So we're gonna have to recover that. I might have to grab the greens at the start of Jock. We'll see. What's up, Kanabi? Fuck you. Dare I flop it? No, I won't. Not this time. I know. Floppers will have to wait for another day. Today's been good, Marmite. Yeah, we're keeping up with the PB for now. This might be, if I'm lucky, this will be like another 1 second ahead of PB exiting Jock pace. Which, as we learned yesterday, does not mean that I'll PB with a first try rat. I need to fucking zoom in Nasty's world to actually secure a PB, even being like a second ahead. I'm definitely right on the edge of being able to PB right now. No way I missed that. That sucks. Now I definitely have to grab those greens at the start. I would have been fine otherwise. That's fucking stupid. 15, and then, yeah, so we literally need those those exact 4 gems. Okay, we're good now. Early. No way, it just dropped the jump. PB's dead, I think. We'll see. Yeah. Dude, can you fucking let me up there? Cool. GG's, everybody. See you later, Pace Pals. Thanks for watching. It's a good run. I can't say I'm surprised by any of that. I'll be honest. I'm not even that mad at myself. It's just a fucking stupid level like that. Like, all those things I fell victim to. It's like, hey, you know what? That's Jock for you. And we're gonna be like 5-10 seconds behind here, probably. Yeah, he jocked my pace for me is what happened. Yeah, I can say even with that major choke right there, I can definitely say that I tried my best on this run. Like, I locked in as much as I could, and Jock had other plans for me. Fuck you, and that's the way the cookie shits, you know? Like, let's keep it moving. Do I think Summoning Salt make a... Oh, I need to focus. Okay, let's see. That was a terrible attempt at that. I could have made that work. No, I don't think Summoning Salt will make a video about Spyro 1. I don't think he gives a fuck about PlayStation speedrunning. Let's see here. For some reason, that's just like a thing in this hobby that it's like people only care about like certain types of speedrunning. I guess that's just, it's like a preference thing, right? Okay, game over. So like a lot of speedrunners, especially people who like 90s platformers, tend to lean towards Nintendo games, you know? Like Mario 64, like all the Mario games, Legend of Zelda. People who like retro speedruns, you know, lean towards like NES era stuff. You know, Tetris, you know, Something Salt just made a video about Tetris, NES, which is a pretty epic game, by the way. And so a lot of times people tend to actually just overlook like all like Spyro, you know? Like tons of people, like thousands, millions of people follow Mario 64 speedruns, but like a fraction of those people follow Spyro the Dragon speedruns. There we go. And so I think that's just the nature of it. I mean, you know, the nature of this hobby is like, I was kind of saying this earlier, it's already such like a niche of a niche of a niche type thing that like, that's another element of the being niched up is that it's like, I don't consider myself like a PlayStation or versus Nintendo guy, but like in speedrunning, there is definitely that preference. And it just kind of just ends up being that way. I can't really explain why it is, but people just end up nichifying it like that. And so, yeah, to that end, people, you know, who really follow Mario 64, they may not give a fuck about Spyro and vice versa, you know. Which is a shame because, I mean, you know, there's a lot of really great speed games out there, regardless of fucking what company made it or whatever. Or whatever. Bonked again there. You blame Algos? Who's Algos? You mean algorithms? Algorithms don't prefer anything. They prefer people clicking on stuff. So whenever you say an algorithm, you know, does this, does that, what you're really saying is people do this or do that. You can literally replace the word, Mr. Beast says this, you can replace the word algorithm with your audience or people. An algorithm is just a reflection of what a large body of people are doing and clicking on. That's all it is. When you're talking about like videos and stuff.
I still got some treasure to pick up.
What will you do next?
So you can't really blame the algorithm for anything in that sense. As a creator. To cope, you know. Anyways, GG's. That run was pretty exciting, I gotta say. I mean, I fucking sent that shit like all the way through. Yeah, I had the death right before Misty Bog, and I recovered very beautifully in Beastmakers, I think. I just got fucked in Jock, and then I got fucked on Rat, but I'm not gonna even say that was a skill issue on my part. Call it a cope, but I feel like I did my best on that run, honestly. Like, you know, and yes, I lost like 10 seconds in Jock to dumb shit, but that level is full of dumb shit. So like, what do you expect? You know, like you gotta expect to lose a few PBs to like, because what happened, like, look, I'll say exactly what the dumb shit was just to help my cope here. Is I went for single cake, which is, you know, you jump up the single, you know, I went for single cake. I'm not gonna explain, but I went for single cake, and because there's 2 levels of platform there, you know, when you're doing that, you can bonk on the middle part, or in my case, I ran over it and I pressed X on the 1 frame where I was airborne in between the middle part of the platform and the second rung of the platform as it was ascending. So even though I pressed X to jump, I pressed it while Spyro was airborne for literally 1 fucking frame. And so I fell off, and that lost me 5 seconds. Then, right after that, I still recovered and got the trick and everything. And then after, I fucking get the part where you, like, jump really far from the spring chest onto the platform, which I shouldn't even go for that. That shit bonks so often. But I was so surprised that I didn't bonk that, again, similar thing. I pressed X too late, you know, possibly as a reaction to me pressing it too early or during the wrong timing of the thing right before. My natural subconscious adjustment actually caused me to fall off of the next platform. So, I mean, if you want to blame me for all that, like, sure. But, like, at the end of the day, I'm just trying to adjust and play, like, as effectively and safely as possible here, like, while still doing all these strats. And I think the issues I had in Jog were pretty understandable. I mean, it's hard, like, you can definitely blame the game a bit for it. You can blame me too, you know, it's like 50-50 there. So, I mean, I'll take that. Whatever. I got fucked TLDR. That's fine. And I still recovered it, you know, and I still ended up being like PB, you know, sub 36 exiting Dreamweaver, so I didn't like shit the bed or anything. Depending on how you look at that. So yeah, that's my cope. What's up, Tia? Thank you for the $10. They say a man doesn't know hard times until he stares down the prospect of a first try rat on a good pace. Yeah, man, I mean, that shit is like, you feel the pressure of the universe all around you on that shit. But thanks for the kind words, and I'll catch you next time, Tia. You at the hot tub right now? What's up, Mick Hooper? Hot tub and a beer. I miss those days from California. Yeah, it is super sketchy, you know? It's like, mostly because of all that weird collision on top of the half-risen cake, you know? But yeah, GG. It was a solid pace. Solid pace. Too far left. The question is, do I want to do another run today? I don't know, honestly. I feel like no. I'm honestly feeling no. The grind has been kind of tough today. I just haven't, I gotta be honest with you guys, I just haven't been like full. I think part of it is like I've just been playing every day for the past few days. So now I'm like, you know, I know this is all just like kind of excuses, but it's like, I'm just not that into it, you know? You know what I'm saying? Like on a day like today. Some days I'm more into it. I'm more like heartily like, yeah, let's grind it out. Let's get these resets. And other days it's less of that, you know? So I think I might call it for right now. Call it a day. Yeah, that makes sense, Strawberry. You're good. I know you guys want to see one more, but I think I'm going to call it for today. I want to be excited. This is how I look at it. Is like, I want to be excited to speedrun this game every day. And if I push myself now to do more runs and maybe even get a good pace or whatever, I'm going to feel like that much more burnt out for tomorrow, you know? So I like leaving it on this. I feel like I left on a pretty high note with this run. It was a decent run and I'm going to raid someone, you know? Those are my excuses and I hope that they are valid to you guys. I hope you guys don't feel like I'm being lazy or whatever. My 2.5 hour stream, you know? I put in my hours today, even if it was only a couple. So let's find someone to raid, shall we? Hypno doing an 18-hour stream. That's fucking hilarious. Fucking Monopoly still on his subathon. I think we rated J.O. Bean recently and Leppy. Let's see who else is playing Spyro right now. So you're playing Ripto's Rage. Oh, Laura's playing Ripto's Rage. Doing a Spyro 3 any percent, but... Oh no, she's offline, what? Bradley's on, I think. Yeah, let's raid Bradley. I haven't raided Bradley in a minute. Cancel. It's the wrong spelling. It's Bradley Gaming with a 1 instead of an I. How could I forget? Here we go. Dude, I don't know how Hypno does it either, dude. Hypno is he's built different. GG's, everybody. GG's. Thank you, Venu, for saying that. I have been giving it my all, and today I was not super duper into the hardcore aspects of this grind, resetting over and over. And so I'm really proud of myself to put down a solid pace. A PB-able run, you know, going into Jock today. That was nice. If we can do one of those every day, I'm proud of myself, you know? So, in honor of a good day, I will catch you guys tomorrow. A short one, but a good one. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Spam some emotes in Bradley's chat, and I will see you guys when I see you. Peace. Tomorrow. I'll see you guys then.